demolition, the return of Ice Blast and maybe River Caves, and potential work towards a new attraction. There is a lot of potential for an exciting 2025 season at Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort, and in this video I'll be going over everything that we can expect to see in and around the park across this year. Some of which we'll see straight away as soon as the park opens on the 1st of March, some things before that, and some things later in the summer and later in the season. First of all then, Pleasure Beach Resort are trying something new for 2025. Hopefully tomorrow at the intended time of upload, Pleasure Beach Resort will be opening their children's area at Nickelodeon Land earlier than the rest of the park for February half term. It's the first time they've ever done this. They normally open the whole park at once, but I think it's a good idea. It enables them to get some visitors in before the rest of the park opens. It's a chance for people to go to a theme park in February half term. And Nickelodeon Land is normally quite popular during a normal day at Pleasure Beach, so how many people go just for Nickelodeon Land, I guess we'll find out. But every day from Saturday the 15th of February all the way through until Sunday the 23rd of February, Pleasure Beach will be opening Nickelodeon Land along with Wallace Gromit's Thrill-O-Matic, which I'm pretty sure was a late addition to the event, from 11 o'clock until 5 o'clock. To enter Nickelodeon Land during February half term, we'll be using the arena entrance, which is on Watson Road, which is basically that road underneath the Wallace and Gromit ride, which split the park in two. Then I imagine, get a quick security check done, you go up the ramp past the wall of names and down the ramp into Nickelodeon Land. Or you can turn right and go on Wallace and Gromit all day. The snack shack and the big pizza kitchen will be open for food, and I imagine the Nickelodeon Land shop being open for merch as well. Quite a few parks in the UK open the children's area in February half term. Alton Towers have Pirate Takeover, Drayton Manor are opening Thomas Land. I think Legoland and Chessington open a lot of the rides as well. So it's nice to see Pleasure Beach trying this for themselves, and I really hope it goes well for them. And even though it's only Nickelodeon Land, it will be nice to get back on park for the first time in 2025. Moving on then, thought I'd give a quick mention to the big one, because normally these videos that I did in 2021, 22 and 23, and I didn't do one in 24 because I was busy all the time, begin with a segment about the big one retrack for the year. Each year for the past 5 years, Pleasure Beach have brought in a company called Tazica to retrack a section of the big one each year to make it smooth and keep the ride going, basically, because it turned 30 last year. Some areas might get a bit rough at times and they can't let the big one go. It's iconic. This project started in 2020 and like I said, a little section of the big one got new track every year up until this year, where it doesn't look like that is going to be the case. Not sure whether that's it for good or for the long term now, but to be honest, it didn't really need a retrack this year. I've said the same thing last year and the year before, to be honest. I suppose it's not all about which area's the roughest, it's about the wear and tear in the track itself as well. But I imagine they've checked it, they've gone through it and decided that no further retracks are needed right now, so it'll obviously save them a bit of money as well to not have a big one retrack this year. But thought I'd give a mention to it because these videos normally start with it and there's normally rumours about which section is going to get done next. Well, it's none of them this year. Arguably the biggest and most exciting thing we have coming to Pleasure Beach this season is Launchpad. Launchpad is a fresh retheme and refurbishment to Blackpool Pleasure Beach's S&S Shop Tower Ice Blast, which spent all of 2024 closed. It's been subject to lots of rumours these last couple of years. It closed in 2024. It was confirmed to be coming back by Amanda Thompson, but the rumours kept on going because just no activity was happening on it for months. And finally in August, some scaffolding started to be erected up the tower, which basically had us thinking, yeah, it's getting refurbished. This scaffolding, which has started to come down now by the way, which is very exciting, led to a full repaint. Ice Blast was white, Launchpad is now painted blue with the red sort of indoor pressure cylinders, which haven't all been fitted yet, but I imagine they'll all be red. So Ice Blast is coming back with a brand new name, a new theme, a new colour scheme and a fresh repaint. And as I quickly touched on there, new pressure cylinders which will make the ride more intense. Maybe the drop sequence will come back, but if not, then it will just make the shot tower element more intense and the airtime at the top a lot better than it was sort of in 2021 and 2 in the later years of Ice Blast. We obviously don't know when it's opening yet, but it will be at some point in 2025. The scaffolding started to come down. Don't think the new pressure cylinders have been fitted yet, but we have Launchpad to look forward to, and it'll be great to be back on there when it opens. Pleasure Beach's Vekoma suspended looping coaster Infusion is receiving a bit of paintwork. I don't know whether it's a full repaint or just certain areas, but it's been spotted within the last week that paintwork is happening to Infusion, and it looks great. When I did my closed season updates just short of 2 weeks ago now, there was some scaffolding on Infusion, and now obviously we know why that was up. It's going to make it look fresh, can't complain at repaint. Some of the red from Traumatizer as it used to be was showing, a bit of rust as well, so it's nice that that's no longer going to be an issue and it's going to be fully blue and fully fresh Infusion. Are we going to be saying goodbye to the Bowl-a-Drome building this season? It's been rumoured that that's the space where they want to build the Intamin gyro swing. All of the facade for Bowl-a-Drome got removed along with Wild Mouse in 2018, and it's just not really served much purpose since then. Throughout 2024, arcade machines were being moved around that place left, right and centre, and eventually it did close, and all of the arcade machines were actually taken out of that building, leaving it empty come closing day. There was a point in the summer as well where there was a sign up saying surveying work is taking place and some workers were spotted on the roof. I never saw this myself, but I have seen it in videos and pictures and stuff. So work has been taking place on Bowl-a-Drome. Whether that is plotting its removal, we'll have to wait and see. And I imagine the Planet Croc building next to it going as well, which I don't even know what that was really. Was it like an indoor waltzer, I've heard, I think? Never been in there. If it is being removed for the gyro swing, then happy days, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. I forgot to mention the fences actually got put up that I showed the other week as well, where you can basically look through one of the fences through a car park that's next to the building behind the Bowl-a-Drome. A black fence was put up on the promenade side so you can't see through that anymore. So is that a demolition or construction fence? Who knows, but I doubt us seeing Bowl-a-Drome actually open this season. Whether it's going to still be standing, we don't know. River Cave spent one whole day, if that, open during the 2024 season, and well, it might have been two, can't remember if it opened on the Sunday or not. Don't think it did, to be honest. Since the start of the season, that ride has been closed and pretty much left untouched, apart from once every couple of months there'd be someone sweeping up, keeping it tidy, which gives us hope that it might return one day. But will it return in 2025? There's been no sort of announcement on what's going on, just rumours. Something obviously went wrong in there, which is out of the park's control on opening day. Can't really do work in there when Ghost Train and Wallace and Gromit are operating, because they're like on top of each other, those three rides. So whether anything's took place in the winter, who knows. Will any work take place during the 2025 season? Who knows. Will it return this year, next year, ever? Who knows. But River Caves is a classic. It was sad to see it closed for 99% of the season last year, and it will be sad to see the same thing again this year. So hopefully it comes back at some point. Another ride which spent a long time closed in 2024 was the Dodgems. It just closed randomly at some point in the summer, I'm pretty sure. Then the cars got removed and it basically got left untouched. Whether those cars are still untouched or are they for a refurb. I know it's not the most important ride on park, the Dodgems. I wish the whip was still there, but a ride's a ride, especially when Grand Prix was closed, River Caves, Ice Blast were closed. It was a shame to see yet another ride sort of close. So we'll have to wait and see whether that's a permanent closure or whether it will return in 2025. It's like directly underneath Revolution, so a replacement will be difficult unless they remove Revolution as well, which seems to be rumoured at the moment, but I really hope that doesn't happen because I love Revolution and I love that loop. Hopefully it stays, and for capacity's sake, Dodgems comes back. In 2024 we said goodbye to Grand Prix, which was a car ride that went around South Park. Had a little spiral which is no longer there, you probably know that. It was announced on the first day of the 2024 season that it was not coming back basically. In November, Grand Prix and the big area that's taken up by the spiral bit was demolished, and there's videos of that on the channel. Absolutely loved sort of doing those updates, and it was just really cool to see that area get cleared up. It's obviously been tidied up a bit during the winter as well. Imagine there's more still to do. It's speculation time on what that new attraction could be. It's only a little space, but Pleasure Beach are great with dealing with small spaces, with new rides. There's a lot of rumoured things it could be. Family or thrill, coaster or flat ride. We don't have a clue. And this leads me on to my next segment. Hopefully it is not too long until a new roller coaster or ride announcement is made. Will it be announced at some point this year? Like I say, who knows, but we just await that really. We've been told Grand Prix is getting demolished for a new attraction. Grand Prix is now demolished. It's now time for that new attraction. It's going to be really interesting to see how that area changes across the year, across the next couple years. It's definitely going to be worth keeping our eye out on. On Christmas Day in 2024, there was a new Wallace Gromit film named Wallace Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul, and Pleasure Beach Resort have a Wallace Gromit IP ride based on all the old episodes and films. It's one of the best dark rides in the country. But obviously, if a new film is going to be coming out and you have a Wallace Gromit ride, does that mean new scenes will be added to that dark ride? It's been brought up by many enthusiasts, it's been rumoured. Will it happen? Who knows? The fact it's opening 2 weeks early with the February half-term event makes me doubtful, to be honest, of anything new going in there this year. But we'll just have to wait and see. There's a few spaces in the end where we could have a few Norbots. I know there's some Norbot merchandise, some new merchandise from the Vengeance Most Foul film, but we would also like to see some new scenes, wouldn't we? It's rumoured that Pleasure Beach Resort want to add more accommodation, which includes a brand new hotel and some holiday apartments. And it was confirmed on a podcast called The World Beyond, hosted by Michael Mack, by Amanda Thompson, that she wants to do both of these things. She says she wants to build a new hotel near the entrance and the casino building, and she wants to build some dog-friendly holiday homes and apartments close to the Boulevard Hotel. Which sparks even more rumours, of course, that the Globe will be taken down. That is a theatre near the entrance. By the way, it hosted the pantomimes in the last couple of years and some other shows as well, I think Circus of Horrors. It's been rumoured that that will be taken down to make way for this brand new hotel. So will we be saying goodbye to the Globe this year? Is there a panto schedule for this year? I'm not too sure. I'll be looking over the shows and events shortly. There's a lot of venues at Pleasure Beach, so I imagine taking one out to build a hotel which will have consistent revenue from people staying there every night won't do the park any harm. Oh, and we may see some trees appear around the park all of a sudden as well, because pretty sure Blackpool Council it was basically said to the proposal of these holiday homes that the Pleasure Beach need to build 60 trees in order to do this, to sort of do something good for the environment and stuff. To build this new accommodation, 60 trees need to be planted. I don't have a clue whether that has to be in the park or just anywhere in the surrounding area that are planted by Pleasure Beach. But I'm sure a few will go on park, so yeah, we might see some freshly planted trees on opening day. I did a more in-depth video on this when it was first rumoured from the park. I had a walk around the outside and where the Globe is and the car park, so I'll stick it in card, it's not right. for you to check that out. Late night ridings are always amazing at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, with the atmosphere, rides in the dark, a long park day, and as always there are quite a few scheduled for this year. Late night ridings are technically split into two categories now. One of them has the park open from 10 AM until 9 PM. Those are called Twilight thrills, and then the late night ridings and fireworks have the park open from 10 AM until 10 PM with a fireworks display at the end. And it means your day ends with a bang. The fireworks at Pleasure Beach are always amazing. The dates then for the Twilight thrills first are the 19th of April, the 24th of May, the 9th of August, the 16th of August, and the 27th of September. Late night ridings then, where your day ends with a bang, are on the 5th of July, the 26th of July, the 2nd of August, and the 23rd of August. Journey to Hell Freak Nights is back for 2025. It starts on the 23rd of October and ends on the 1st of November. It's the Halloween event at Pleasure Beach. It's been running for a few years now, and it's just constantly growing and improving, basically, as it is a new event. Obviously, you may have seen in the vlog I didn't have the best experience there this year, but you can just see the potential in it. I enjoyed my visit in 2023, but unfortunately the organisation really let it down last year. The rides in the dark were great, but I just hope that this year there's higher capacity in their attractions and just better organisation of it all, really, because that did let it down in 2024 for me personally. But I think there was more positive things said about it than ever before last year. It's took a lot of stick, Journey to Hell, which is a shame, but you can see the potential, you can see its growth, and I look forward to trying it out again in 2025. Hopefully we get everything in that we've paid for this time. Hot Ice is back for 2025, and this year it is called XS. Whatever that means, like extra small. It's quite insulting. It starts on the 10th of July and runs through until the 13th of September, and I'm pretty sure it's on every single day apart from Fridays. Or it might be Sundays that they don't do. Can't remember. Tickets are available online for the evening performance, and you can actually watch the matinee show, which you just get one half basically, in the afternoon with an e-ticket. So if you buy a ticket for the park, you get to see half of Hot Ice for free, basically. My only wish for the show is that Journey Through V returns again, which is basically the Valhalla section. That is amazing. Obviously it has bits of the Valhalla soundtrack in it, and the skating and everything else. The atmosphere in that arena when that bit is on is amazing. So I hope, even though Valhalla's not brand new anymore, since it's reimagining, I hope that Journey Through V is still a part of the Hot Ice show. As always, there are a lot of shows and events at Pleasure Beach Resort across the year. They have quite a few different venues. They have the Horseshoe, the Globe, the Ice Arena as well, of course. So I'll just quickly go through those shows and events now that are currently on the website. So we have Pure Imagination, which is a magic show. That starts on the 28th of February, quite early. Hot Ice XS I've just mentioned, of course. Then Evolution of Magic is back for another year. I've no idea how many years that show has been on for now, but it is a really cool show. I really want to go and see it again, actually. It features Elizabeth from Britain's Got Talent, who went on there twice, actually. She did it again last year, I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, or the year before. She does that show with another magician called Craig Christian, and yeah, it's brilliant. It's interactive. When I went in 2019 to the show, you met them at the end and they were lovely people to meet. If you like a magic show, I recommend Evolution of Magic at Pleasure Beach Resort. The Eurovision Fan Zone is back. They've done this for a few years now, where they open the hub to have a little fan zone for the Eurovision. That's on the 17th of May. Walk the Big One and Walk the Big One XL are back for 2025. I've not done any of them. I do want to do them, to be honest. So maybe one day. Walk the Woody, another thing I've not done, which I would like to do, is back. They have a Take That Tribute show on the 18th of July. A few other dates as well. There's also the Ken Webster Hypnotist show, which has been on a couple years now at Pleasure Beach. So that's on the 19th of April, and I imagine other dates as well. Christmas Gatsby Party Nights is hosted in the Horseshoe, I'm pretty sure. Got loads of adverts on Instagram for that around Christmas time last year. It's basically a Christmas party, it says it there. Journey to Hell I've mentioned, and there's the Christmas Grotto as always, you can meet Santa. I think they open Alice for that as well, so get your ride on Alice, and I believe they give out hot chocolates included in your ticket as well. And finally, there is a panto in 2025, so the globe isn't going anywhere. Last year it was Aladdin, and this year it is going to be Cinderella. Not been to one of the Pleasure Beach pantomimes yet. I was hoping to go this year, just couldn't fit it in really. That starts on the 22nd of November. A panto's back in the globe, so it's going nowhere, as I suggested earlier in the video. And there we go, that's everything that's coming to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Resort Lancashire across the 2025 season. Like I said, some of these things will be seen on opening day, and a lot of the things will be across the season. Some things in the summer, obviously Halloween, Christmas, November. Plenty to look forward to. The park opens Nickelodeon Land tomorrow, but 2 weeks tomorrow the rest of the park will open, and I'm very excited to be back, and I hope that it's a good season. Feel free to let me know in the comments which one of these things you're looking forward to the most. Thank you very much for watching, check out the screen to see more, and I'll see you tomorrow from Nickelodeon Land at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.